Hey everybody, it's Reckless. So this is the long-awaited Armory video that I actually wanted to do for a while. I just haven't got the time to do this or any other videos, given the fact that I am a single father. I do go to school and work, and anybody who is a single parent knows knows how hard that is. But anyways, let's get back to the actual video at hand. So this is the Armory. You can find this at bungie.net. And then when this comes, then your original screen comes up, just go to Bungie. Go to Destiny, scroll down to Armory, and this is the page that'll pop up. Now, first look, what I actually like about this entire thing is it's extremely coordinated. For the armor collections, you click on one of these, and it'll tell you each and every weapon and armor that you can get in that area. So for the Prison of Elders, you click on the Prison of Elders. And these are all the weapons that you can possibly, weapons and armor, that you can possibly get inside the Prison of Elders. As you can see, it's a hefty amount of things that drop. However, the drop rate itself isn't really too good. And I'm just gonna go through these real quick. That way you can see. I don't want to spend too much time on this. Because we still have a lot of other things that we actually need to cover. So we're going to go back to the Armory real quick, just to skip everything. Now, that's just the Prison of Elders. The same thing goes for Eris Morn, the Trials of Osiris, Crota's End, and in for Azur. But what I actually like about this is on this main screen, you can search your weapon type, your armor type, and your inventory types by specific... I don't want to say stats because that's not what it is, but pretty much by specific types. You can search by primary weapons, special weapons, and heavy weapons. You can search by your class, so it's Titan, Hunter, Warlock, or you can just search your entire inventory depending on what it is you're actually looking for. Now, what I actually like is not only can you search through these, but you can get more in depth by going into the categories and filters side on the left hand corner. But before we get into that, what I want to do is go to view all Armory items. Now, if I'm correct, there is 2,492 results, but if I am correct, this is all the weapons, armor, gear, consumables, materials, all that wonderful stuff that you can get in the game currently. Now, as you can see, it is a extremely long list, especially given that it's 2,000 plus items. But I eventually went to the very last page, and this thing, the Sullen Heart, I don't even think I've ever got this before. I don't even know how to get it, but we'll get into that in just a second. So as you can see, it does bounties also, besides just materials, and there is 50 pages of everything, and you can't click any farther. So there's 50 pages of all this. But what I like about it is that it tells you where you can go about getting these things, except for the Sullen Heart, from which I don't understand why this doesn't tell you much of anything. But anyways, so I'm gonna head back to the Armory, the beginning of it.
I put it on screen.
Oh, phone call. Apologize for that. I'm actually going to put my phone on silent real quick. So as I said, you can search all this wonderful ways, or you can use this search in the Armory to look at a specific thing. We'll use this right here, Stranger. You don't have to type the full weapon name. You can just type in a little bit of it, and once you do that, make sure you hit enter, and it'll come up with whatever weapons, armor, well, anything in the game that comes with Stranger in the name. So as you can see, a Stranger's rifle is here, and the good part about this is once you click on it, it'll give you all the stats. It's a level 16 weapon. It starts at 203 in attack. It has 21 rounds in the magazine, and it shows you every stat in detail, which is amazing. It also shows you the perks, but if you click on a certain perk like kinetic damage, it'll let you know every type of weapon that does kinetic damage. And to prove this, we're going to go into a weapon I still haven't seen yet, which is the 347 Vesta Dynasty. Fate of All Fools. What do you know? So we're going to come into this real quick. Vesta Dynasty. This looks like an awesome weapon. Like I said, I've never seen this before. Usually it'll tell you where the item drops on the on the right hand side, but it doesn't. You can view the weapon and pretty much flip it, tip it, do everything you want with it, except for actually use it. And if you hold shift, you can move it. So let's hold shift, click and move. That is amazing. What I don't understand is why they don't implement this in the actual game. I'm not gonna lie, this weapon looks pretty badass. It's gonna exit real quick. So yeah, going back down to the Stranger's Rifle, and what's actually good about the left hand side is the recent. It shows you where you've been so far, what weapons you have looked at, and then it also shows you your related weapons to those weapons, which I think is pretty good. Oops, sorry. We're gonna go back to the Stranger's Rifle real quick, and I'll show you where it says sources. It'll tell you where exactly you can find this weapon, which is amazing. If you're trying to look for a type of weapon, let's say for PvP or anything, let's type in the Fellwinter. And obviously I would be looking for the Fellwinter's Lie. And then you have the Fellwinter's Iron Bond. Like I said, if you type in a certain word, it'll bring you every result that has that name in it. As you can see, it does show two different Fellwinter's Lies. One of them is from the first expansion, and the second one's from the second expansion. You can tell because this has a 1 and this has a 2. But another way you could tell is by opening these and actually coming down to the very bottom here, where it shows you all the last perks that can be actually added to that weapon. Same thing with this one. And you could tell this is the second expansion because it has reinforced barrel, rifle barrel, injection mold, small bore. The first expansion never had these, and I could just say like this: Fellwinter's Lie doesn't come with Hammer Forge anymore, which is, I think, is ridiculous. So if you have a Fellwinter's Lie with Hammer Forge and shot package, it's amazing. I'm sorry, it still is. I still think it's the best shotgun in the game, but as soon as the Taken King comes out, things are definitely going to change. Now going back to sources, you can get this weapon in the Crucible. However, if I'm correct, this weapon only drops in the Crucible when the Iron Banner is available. If the Iron Banner is not available, I've never seen this drop. So you can get it in the Crucible, or you can purchase it from Lord Saladin as soon as he sells it, if he sells it, which he's already sold it. One thing that you cannot do is find the new weapons, which is the Taken King weapons. You cannot find the Taken King weapons in this at all. I typed in Suros, that way you could try to see the new Suros weapons, but as you can see, they are not here. And there's only one page of all Suros weapons currently. Well, weapons in emblem, sorry. So as you can tell, you can only do that for whatever is current, but that's only at the moment. Now, you can search by weapon type, whether it be primary, special, or heavy. As soon as you click on one, it'll gray out, and these two will not be available, and then you'll be only searching for primary weapons. You can search from auto, hand cannon, pulse rifles, or scout. Choose hand cannon. It's kind of weird how it says no results, because there are primary hand cannons. That's actually weird. I don't know why it says no results at all. Go to scout rifles, no results. Pulse rifles, it'll show you pulse rifles, but it won't show you everything. So I did obviously just find an issue with this. There is nothing else actually equipped because it should show you everything, but it doesn't for some reason. So primary weapons, you don't let that go. Hand cannons, still don't know why it's not showing everything, which is kind of weird. Shotguns won't show snipers, won't show sidearms, won't show fusions. So apparently there is something going on with this. But if you wanted just to search by name, I guess you could search. Oh, haha, found out what's wrong because it still says Soros. Sorry, that's my fault. Blonde moment. Don't worry about it. So, anyways, going back to primary, go to hand cannon, and every hand cannon should pop up. That is a primary weapon. And it will keep going down rarities all the way down to the little white ones. I greatly apologize for that. That is my fault. Blonde moment. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. If you guys noticed that ahead of time, then hey, call me stupid. But it does show, again, like I said, every hand cannon or every weapon by type that you do want to look at. Let's go look at everyone's favorite Hawk Moon real quick. And going back to the sources now, Hawk Moon's been out since the game has came out. At least it's been out for the PlayStation network side of things. And I don't even know if the Xbox actually even got it yet. Sorry, PlayStation fanboy over here. But it lets you know, all the sources where you have got it. You can get it in the Nightfall. You can get it in the Strike, apparently. You can get it in the Crucible. You can get it in the Vault of Glass, Crota's End, Prison of Elders, and Unknown. It says this item can drop in can't even talk. Situationally dependent ways. I have no idea what that means though. So we're gonna click on Unknown real quick, and it'll let you know all the armor, weapons, all that wonderful stuff that can be found in the unknown areas. So we're gonna go back to weapons, and now we're gonna do special weapons. Now let's say if you wanted a sniper rifle, and going back to searching them. Whoops. Because I don't see one here. There we go. Ifrit Spear. Again, there's two versions of this. One from the first expansion, one from the second. But all the perks and stuff on it remain the same. I'm sorry, all the stats on it remain the same, not the perks. So we're going to come out of that real quick. We're going to get rid of this. And pretty much you can choose anything that you actually want, I'm going to go to my good old buddy G-Horn over here. Check this bad boy out. It's pretty nice. Like I said, again, unfortunately, you can't do this in-game, which I think is kind of stupid. But, you get what they give you, I guess. We can't really complain. The Taken King is coming out with a whole bunch of great new content. That's funny. I've only seen that once. So, like I said, the Taken King is coming out with a whole bunch of great new content. So we're going to have to see what happens when all that wonderfulness comes out. Now, you can do the same thing for the armor. The armor. You can choose by Titan, Hunter, Warlock. I'm going to go to Warlock real quick. We'll hit the Purifier robes just because it's newer. and it'll show you what the Purifier robes looks like on a female and a male character. Stats don't change at all. And then it also lets you know where you can actually get them, again, in the sources. Head back to the armory. And the same thing goes for your inventory. Now, for your ghost, as of right now, there is 2 shells. The Frontier shell, which you get from getting the Ghost Edition of Destiny, and the Intrusion shell, which apparently is a special order. Oh, special orders. This item is acquired from Tess Eris, the special orders merchant in the tower. So, how we get this ghost shell, don't know. It just says it's acquired by special orders. No idea when this will actually be released, unfortunately. But we're going to go back to the inventory real quick. Oh, actually, hold on. Let's go back to that. Nope. I thought we could have a chance to actually look at it, but apparently we don't. So we're going to head back to the inventory. And you can do ships, shaders, sparrows, bounties, all this wonderful stuff, you know. Let's go into the shaders real quick. And this is pretty much all the shaders that is actually in the game. Now, there are shaders from factions, shaders from regular gameplay. There are shaders in here from the Prison of Elders, shaders from Petra Venge. There's shaders from a lot of different places. I have the Mad God. I've never seen this shader ever, but that's what it looks like though. See what it looks like on a male now. A lot of these things are newer, but it doesn't say where you can actually get them. We'll go to one that I do know of. So the blacksmith shader, you can actually get from Tess Everest if you had pre-ordered Call of Duty Advanced Warfare way before it came out. But also that little contest that Bungie's having, you're able to get it there too. We're going to check Chatter White for the last one. Everybody knows that you can get this in the Vault of Glass by beating Atheon. It says right here, Vault of Glass. This item can drop in the Vault of Glass raid. But you specifically have to beat Atheon in order to get it. It's an okay shader. There could be other things that are better to get. So that's all the inventory. And then you can also search by perks. Damage types, kinetic, arc, solar, void, or you can search all of them at the same time. Whoops. Weapon for performance, and pretty much I want to say this tells you like the best performance weapons out there. So let's use damage types as an example. These either give you a boost for damage, or they're the best damage types of their class. At least that's what I want to say. I'm not entirely sure on that, but it does have Yellowhorn here, so I agree with it. So we can do things by impact effects, armor piercing, ricochet, flinch, collateral damage, disorient, highlight targets, which is only the thing of your ute. And then we can do guardian attributes, stats, shields, health, revive, aim under fire, radar, invisibility, reputations, or you can do all. Then we can do light abilities, grenades, melee, movement modes, orbs, super energy, or super mods. So that's the perks. As for the rarity, you can search anything in the game by rarity. Hey, look, Husk got a pit. Um, so I guess if you're just not want to look at anything specific, you can search by rarity. Personally, I go exotic. Just saying. So yeah, the rarity that's self-explanatory. You know, it's nothing anything like huge. And the sources, you can find it by activities of vendors. We have the Crota's End Crucible Daily, Evolve from Another Item, Exotic Bounty, Heroic, Iron Banner, Ishtar Sink, Meridian Bay, Nightfall, Ocean of Storms, Old Russia, Patrol, Prison of Elders, Public Events, Quest, Story, Strike, Trials of Osiris, Unknown, and the Vault of Glass. And then you also have them by vendors. You have the Bounty Tracker, Crota's Bane, Crucible Handler, Crucible Quartermaster, the Cryptarch, Dead Orbit, Disciple of Osiris, Future War Cult, Guardian Outfitter, Gunsmith, Hunter Vanguard, Lord Saladin, New Monarchy, Queen's Wrath, Shipwright, Special Orders, The Speaker, Titan Vanguard, Vanguard Quartermaster. Then you got Varix, Warlock Vanguard, and Xur, Agent of the Night. So that pretty much wraps everything up for the Armory. I'm pretty sure Bungie will update this whenever they can. Oh my god, I love this weapon so much. But I'm not gonna lie, I like the Hawk Moon just as much. But yeah, so like I said, I'm pretty sure when the Taken King comes out, they're gonna upgrade this a lot more. That way, there's more stuff for you to actually see in the armory itself. It would be cool if you could just fire this thing, huh? And just watch it go. So that is the armory. Let me know what you guys think about the video in the comments below. This is Reckless, and I will see you guys later. This thing's so badass. I'm just saying. Just a look at it. Look at the badassery. Come on. It's like straight badass. Bang.